Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Reserve List. Say hello, Reserve List.
Hello, Reserve List.
Hello, Reserve List.
Reserve List
stuff. Guys, let's do a little recap. We're missing a couple people, but hopefully that will change. Last time we left off, these guys finished up some combat with the Gureshes. They had tracked down the scent of some smuggled blink dog pups to this warehouse. Handily defeated Harala Guresh, the sister of Harathan, who was also there. The battle continued, and a cauldron, very, very powerful magical artifact, was revealed. Harathan used this cauldron in conjunction with something to do with Lydiana, who saw Sally in her dreams and stabbed her shadow self in that place, created a portal for which came a bunch of ghosts. The ghosts seemed to be just kind of part of the ambiance originally, and then started possessing people. And the more people who got possessed, the more likely it was the more people would be possessed in a cascade effect during this combat. Gwen shouted out to Harathan that 14 could screw his deal, and then Nurgle immediately killed him with fire. But 2 blink dog pups were rescued. 3 were taken away by surviving Fists of Bane, soldiers of the Guresh family. The cauldron was taken away. Lydiana, during that combat, started to get a little giddy on the safety and the power that she felt. Exchanged blows with Gwen to a degree during that fight. We also got to see Sally in combat, straight up just stabbed a man in the head. Julien, as Tombar, went through the portal into the Nightmare Realm, followed this tunnel through the nightmare, the silver thread back to the sleeping body of Sally.
Hashtag Nightmare Realm.
Messaged her. Hidden realms. Messaged her, scared the crap out of her, and when she came back into the dreaming, allowed her to rejoin her body and exit that realm. The implication being that he could have done some really bad stuff to her in that moment. He made it out of the portal. Lydiana cast darkness over the room as the magic of the cauldron was moved far enough away from the conduit that the magic started to close that portal. The ghosts disappeared. The darkness faded. That's where we are now. All of you are injured. A couple of you are currently unconscious. Who in this moment is still up?
Wait, I just came out of the Nightmare Realm, didn't I?
You did, so you're fine. You're fine. Gwen's up. I believe Isabyn is up.
I said, all right, I've written myself a very helpful post-it note from last time that says 1 hit point possessed by a ghost.
You're no longer possessed by a ghost. You have 1 hit point.
If I read that any other context, it would be very confusing.
You get to say the craziest sentences when describing D&D games. It's very fun. Ursan is unconscious, as is Bodger the Badger. Nurgle is up and is with you. Guys, the darkness fades. Lydiana is nowhere to be seen.
Oh, shit.
Now, I will tell you what you can extrapolate from the situation is she cast darkness in that room so you wouldn't see her jump into that portal before it closed.
Okay, so Lydiana's in the Nightmare Realm.
Yes, sir.
Splendid. Well, At least we know she's safe. Because I was all right, you know.
Alberta's having the opposite reaction to you. Oh.
I'm gonna run and go to Ursan to cast Cure Wounds.
Ursan, you're back up. Gwen, I believe that's your final spell slot.
It is, and look at you! You are getting a 2nd level Cure Wounds because that's my last spell slot that I have left. Cure Wounds, D8. Ooh. 14 hit points.
Hey, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I rolled an 8 and a 4.
There you go.
I'm up. Thank
Woohoo!
you.
You're welcome.
You guys can all feel that you have grown in experience from this past fight, but you are beaten up, with the exception, I think, of Tombar. I think
He just dipped out.
I think you just dipped out for this fight. And,
Stretching like. And like, sweet. I'm like, oh, sleepover.
corpses litter the outside, inside and outside of this space you find yourselves in.
Yeah.
Can I turn to one of the guards?
Yeah, there are 2 guards left standing. One of them looks pretty badly injured. The other one looks okay.
Turning to the... I'll turn to both. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
If you would be so kind as to let the city watch know that there has been an issue and raise the alarm, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll be sure to tell the general of your help today. Thank you.
Before I go and do that, and I will just want to say, like, well done for making it through whatever that was. We signed on to like protect you from like normal threats, and this was so far outside of what we were expecting to have happen.
I'm sorry.
No,
about that.
no, it's not your fault at all. We're gonna report this. The Gureshes, we just got confirmation the Gureshes are up to shit, and we have not had that, and we have not been able to do a raid on their estate. So this is good. This is good stuff.
This is good stuff.
I mean, really bad that a
Except
couple of my
I'm
friends
sorry
died,
for your-
but yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's
I
all
was
right.
just gonna say, thank you.
Yeah. No, they knew what they were signing up for, and we got a lot more bad guys than we lost good guys here. So, no worries. Okay. Goodbye.
I thank you on behalf of Thorogrove.
Oh, sure. Great. Yep. Yes, ma'am. His buddy was like, did you know we were doing this for Thorogrove? I was like, no, but I suppose it helps. It's all good. He gets his friend over his shoulder and just goes out to the street, and you see them disappear. And a few moments later, alarms start sounding across the city.
Cool. I need to heal my badger, and we need to save we need to return the blink dogs.
Blink dog puppies, yeah.
The blink
got
dog
2 of
puppies.
them.
Yeah, we got 2, right?
You got 2 of the 5.
Two of
there
the
are
5.
3 left.
That's actually
So should we
not
keep
bad
them
for
somewhere
us.
safe whilst we hunt for the rest?
I don't know about you, but I'm not ready to go hunting for more today.
Oh, well, we can have a nap. We can have a quick sleep. I think maybe a long one.
Gwen is very taken
Eyes
aback,
wide.
but also endeared by this person who's suddenly come into all of their lives and definitely wasn't signing on for what just happened, but seems to be like pretty chill.
Yeah,
Little
Yeah.
confused
I've
by
seen a
you.
lot of stuff.
Especially for a man who was just hit with a divine mace and presumably then slid and fell off of a roof onto the ground.
I mean, a roof for most people is quite big, but I'm a Goliath, so
That's fair.
You could get up on the roof. None of the rest of us. Good.
I just kind of reached up and
Yeah.
myself up. Yeah,
Hoist.
yeah. I'm gonna scoop the giant badger up my arms. I'm just kind of comforting him whilst we're chatting.
Yeah. Stabilized. Badger just looks like needs some rest and will be back up, ready to go. Instinctively just nuzzles into you a little bit as you hold him.
Sweet guy.
How's everyone else?
Yeah, I'm all right. What happened?
Fighting happened.
Yeah, whilst you were wherever in the portal, we kind of had a lot more to deal with than we expected, and
Right. Well,
there was a
that's
few
good.
casualties, but I think
Few casualties.
yeah,
Okay.
some of the guards, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2 of the guards died.
Yeah,
Wait, and where's Lydiana?
I was outside, so I don't know.
I think she might have jumped in the portal.
Oh, cool.
Did you see her?
She didn't let me know when I was down there.
This would have been after you came
were
out.
Oh, right. Okay.
Everything
Well,
kind of went dark, so we don't know that's what she did, but she seemed to like the vibe coming from there.
so Lydiana's okay. Cool. So at this point, Tombar then explains to everyone what he just his whole situation in the nightmare realm,
Yeah.
and explains that he met Sally
Yeah.
in the nightmare realm, and she was totally freaked out by me being there. But didn't see, and she looked like she was gonna kill me as well. And so yeah, he gives them the whole spiel.
Mm-hmm. Does he include all of the stuff about like this tunnel throughout the city?
Oh yeah,
and sort of
and the silver thread.
the silver threads. Yeah, that's the other big key point.
I would also quite like to know what my sword does.
You didn't use it, so you still don't know what the sword does.
Was I supposed to use it?
No, you're not supposed to do anything. You're not supposed to do anything.
Spoken like a true dungeon master.
No, and when people don't do what I expect them to do, that's when the best stuff happens. There was the possibility of you using the sword to extreme effect in that situation.
Oh, and you're not going to tell me what it was.
I'm not going to tell you what it does.
Oh no! I know what it was. I was supposed to have I was supposed to take out frickin' Sally, wasn't it? That was what.
The fact that you didn't was a shock to her, and will definitely have interesting ramifications for her and the way that she thinks of all of you going forward.
Well, yeah,
So-
I explained to them the skeletal, reachy hands, frickin' nightmare cloud.
I make a suggestion before we follow up on that and continue this conversation. Could we go somewhere that doesn't have all the bodies? Her eyes have just she's trying to keep them from doing it, but they keep going back to Harala's burnt form.
Yeah.
Oh, can we search the pile of ashes if there's any, see if there's anything on her?
I think she was wearing like a glove or a gauntlet that.
Absolutely, she was. Harala is completely intact. Was wearing a black gauntlet with the symbol. Ostensibly, it doesn't need the symbol on it. It is the symbol. It is the Black Fist of Bane.
Okay.
Um,
So we shouldn't put it on, is my vibe.
We should probably get Nurgle to identify it first.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
maybe we could do that back at the keep.
Yeah. Let's take these blink dogs somewhere safe.
Yeah, these little puppies still have their little blindfolds on, and they're just sort of cowering, a little bit scared in their cages. Don't know quite what's going on, but the noise has stopped now. So
blink dogs, they can teleport to wherever they see, right?
Yeah. Usually blink dogs have a hard range limit of 40 feet.
Okay.
But it is sight based. Yeah.
Okay. So do we have any, like, is there like some cloth on the floor that we can cover the things with and take the blindfolds off so they're kind of less, feel like they're constrained?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
100%.
Just think about the welfare of the animals, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a minute. Oh no. Yeah, I am going to, through sounds and gestures, communicate that they're safe and get a sense of their mood, which is pretty obvious. Their needs, blah 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 blah. Just using primeval awareness. Just I can't cast speak with animals right now, but I can communicate with gestures and simple words and stuff. And I'll use Sylvan. I'll talk in Sylvan. Because I think they understand that, if I recall correctly.
They do understand Sylvan. Both Ursan and Gwen give me an animal handling check. Gwen, do so with advantage.
Woo, thank you.
Of course.
17. Oh, no, it's actually 20.
There you go.
But I can also
17.
I can cast speak with animals.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. I might ask them some more specific information.
For sure. Yeah. What was that? 17, Gwen?
Yeah, I'm not proficient.
All good. These puppies sense from you guys that you are people of nature and are no longer the same people who have been keeping them imprisoned, and calm down a little bit. Still in great distress, but feel a little bit safer now.
Okay.
For sure.
Can I cast speak with animals?
Yeah. Absolutely.
To see if they can say, because with speak with animals they can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived within the past day. So
absolutely.
So are they able to kind of give us any information about where they were being held before this, where the others might be?
Absolutely. The one you talked to is called Sedin.
Sedin. Oh, sweet boy.
Gonna ask.
Yeah. And the other one's going to be called Gran.
Gran.
And they will, first off, they'll just ask like where the rest of their brothers and sisters are.
I'm sorry we couldn't save them, but we're gonna try.
Well, you saved us. You saved the rest of them. I want to go home.
Take you home.
That's
where we're gonna go.
we remember the bad people. One of them is, a lot of them are dead now. a lot of them are dead. There were a couple of other ones. All of the humans, they like to wear iron, smelly metal. There's a big house and a really stinky basement in the house, and they use it to go places. And there was a scary pot they keep in a box. They're talking to a guy who smelled good, but he didn't help. He smelled like a friendly, but he didn't help us. I don't know what they said. Don't know what they were saying, but they're not nice. They were using us to move around quickly.
Okay. Thank you. We're gonna try and save your brothers and sisters.
Yay.
Do you guys know what any of that means? Any indication?
Smells nice. So, do you think it's your dad, Gwen?
I suspect it is.
Interesting. The chat smells nice. Okay,
He
sweet.
was like you guys. He was like you guys.
Okay.
Interesting. And
The big house is probably the Guresh house. I'm interested. They use the basement to go places.
So do they
Is
have a
there
portal
anything that you-
in their basement?
We didn't feel like we blinked around in the basement. Didn't feel like blinking. They walked a long way in the basement. Didn't see the sun for a long time.
Underground tunnels or sewers, maybe?
Yeah, maybe they go into the whole city. And they can
Stinky
use
basement.
stinky basement.
Stinky basement.
But then he said that like the iron was stinky as well, so maybe they're doing something with that.
Do they have armor on? Something?
Potential.
A lot of them had armor on.
interesting.
A lot of
Is
them had armor.
do you have anything, Gwen, that you could show one of these blink dogs, which might give him an indication that might help clarify the person that they saw? Any seal, any symbol, anything that your father would have?
I don't know if they would have seen him or if they just smelled him. I don't know if.
We just
Ursan,
smelled
can you
him.
ask? Just smelled him?
Yeah.
I have something that he held at one point, but it's been a while and he didn't hold on to it for a long time. But I can try that.
Show him and see what happens.
I'm gonna pull out the note the Legazis sent my dad. Can you smell anything on this that smells similar?
No, this smells like dead people.
Yeah, I figured that would probably be the main thing. Sorry.
Yeah. That's okay.
Maybe we could go back to the keep, and then we could go in a room that we could let the puppies out in.
Yeah.
You guys head back to the keep. As you go through the city, you see that the effects of the cauldron were more widespread than you had initially thought. It looks like the the extent was about 4 or 5 blocks worth of houses, where people were possessed and struggling against friends and family, and guards were trying to sort the situation out and had no idea what was going on. Like a real event happened here, and people are currently being sort of quarantined and questioned and calmed, and a huge amount of the City Watch people are coming to this area to sort of secure it. You guys are met by some people who have been briefed on what happened by the guys who just left. Alarms have been going off. The gates are being sealed elsewhere in the city. You guys are secured and brought to the keep and brought to safety. And absolutely, there's a room where you guys can hold these dogs. And one of these guys will say to you, here's the situation. The general is dealing with something on the other side of the country right now. There's big things at stake. We're gathering evidence on what happened. We'll take testimonials at some point, but this is big, and I suppose Master Ulani would be the person who would be in charge until the general's back. But this is a really big deal. There's going to be a raid on the Guresh Estate because of this. So
I think they might be traveling via the sewers or underground tunnels.
Okay. We'll definitely look into that. We don't know. We know that the sewers are secure. We know that. So we're not sure about underground tunnels or what have you. But if we can find them, then we can maybe break this up. Just rest up, stay safe, and really, really good work bringing some of this to light, because who knows what this magic item could have done if we didn't have any warning about it at all. Maybe we'll be able to figure out a way to stop it. And so, yeah, you guys have the run of the place and are secure for the moment. And everywhere people are running around and getting things done.
Right. Should we have is there places for us to take a long rest?
You wouldn't have been here for this. There are rooms which are protected with anti-magic fields,
Cool.
which you guys can stay in. And it keeps people out of your dreams, essentially, is the idea.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Bodger and have a lie down. Yeah, before we get up to any more tomfoolery.
Sounds like a plan.
Mm.
We can pick up talking about what you saw at Tombar tomorrow, and the first thing.
Yeah.
Isabyn, do you want to share a room again?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
You guys take a long rest. You were still fairly early in the day. I feel like you were sort of at midday. So you guys taking a long rest, and it's like the evening of that day. It's like the sun is just setting, and there's that light blue gradient into the dark, the black of night across the sky. As you wake up, fully healed, spell slots back, all of that good stuff.
Delicious.
Bodger wakes up very happily, comes over to you. I don't know what badgers move like or what they do when they're happy, but
How do badgers?
He'll just say snuffle a bit.
snuffles, and yeah. You guys are all together. You're back up to full hit points. It is the evening. You're in the keep. You guys have decisions to make. What is going to happen next? Here.
The evening or the early morning?
Evening.
Evening. Because
Cool.
we slept through the day after
Yeah.
normal thing.
Twilight time.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Nice. So, Lydiana's in the Shadow Realm,
Yes.
for all intents and purposes.
And we have no way of getting there.
And do we need to try to get there to rescue, or
Does she need rescuing?
yeah?
Is
I
that
don't
one
know.
sure? She needs rescuing.
She looked pretty power crazed to me. Like she.
Come on, we're not Pink Floyd. God. You know what I mean.
What we do know is this. The Harath and Guresh referred to the Lagazis as friendlies. Sally, we know or have been told, is working for the Lagazis. We know Brandon Lagazi has ties to the Shadowfell, the Nightmare Realm. You dropped his name there, and people were afraid, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, no, it's bad.
When Nurgle and I saw in our dream Brandon Lagazi get brought back, Caspian Lagazi said that Brandon was in Crusher because he was searching for another one of his servants. And do you think that Sally is one of Brandon's servants?
I think that's a possibility. Yeah.
Let's see. Could Lydiana also be one of his servants? Because they seem to have a weird connection. From what I saw.
Ooh. Do you reckon Lydiana's like a mole? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, maybe.
Has there ever been any other times when bad stuff's happened and Lydiana's just been there? Or has Lydiana helped us get out stuff?
I can recap for you what you know.
Please.
Yeah.
Lydiana joined you in Rithertel and then traveled with you to Crusher. Joined you for the investigation, engaged, came with you in the fight against Brandon Lagazi. Didn't go into the house with you. You beat him up, got that sneak attack round. When the fight proper began, Brandon summoned some fear stuff and Lydiana was ineffectual against him because she was terrified.
Oh yeah.
She was scared.
She was scared of him and what he did.
I don't think Lydiana's. I think Lydiana knows some shit.
Lydiana's a warlock, right?
Fighter warlock, yeah.
Fighter warlock, and what is she? Is it Hexblade?
Yeah.
So does she know who her patron is, or what her patron is?
I don't think we ever talked about it.
No.
And what does that mean to people who are new to this?
So
go ahead. No, please.
Yeah, a warlock has a patron, so that would be like an otherworldly being, a god, an eldritch being that grants them their power.
Okay.
And they have a sort of a deal with them that they get power in exchange for being their sort of conduit.
So, who's that god person that was, what's his name? Guresh was talking about mid-fight.
Bane?
Bane.
Bane. Is
Feel-
Bane, by
Do you
any
think-
chance,
Lydiana's
Lydiana's
patron.
patron?
It doesn't feel like it, because at least I mean, I'm coming at everything from a dreaming point of view. The dreaming there's a lot of chaos there. I assume the Shadowfell is the same, which doesn't quite line up with Bane's kind of thing, but maybe.
You know that Bane's MO, he is the god of tyranny and of order. He is almost diametrically opposed to chaos and dreaming as a rule.
Yeah.
So just the fact that the Gureshes and the Legazis are working together is weird. It's a weird thing.
So it's just, let me get this just straight in my head. The Gureshes kind of, they are sided with Bane, and the Legazis are with the Shadowfell? Or...
It seems like the particular Legazi who is after you, Brandon, has a connection to the nightmare, to the realm of fear dreams. Yeah.
He seemed kind of like a sorcerer. He was really in touch with the nightmare realm.
Interesting.
Guresh's they're a family from Aruhan, and like, so it's not all that weird that they're supporting Bane. That's pretty much in line with things, but it is weird that they're working with the Legazis. But the Legazis have been trying to get money. We've had a few kind of run-ins or heard of them a few times. They're clearly trying to get money and powerful artifacts. Maybe the Gureshes can give them that, or maybe they have something mutually useful that they're working towards. Sometimes the sort of regular boundaries fall away when there's a mutual goal.
Potentially. It's working out what that goal is and stopping it. I think we need to speak to Lydiana, really, and we need to get to her somehow.
Yeah.
And from what the Blink Dog said, there's a portal. That's what I gleaned in the Guresh family basement.
Sweet. So we're going to the Guresh family basement, right?
I guess.
Just go there. We'll just pop over.
Yeah,
But they're going to raid the mansion, aren't they? The city is. So we could join in on that. So we're not going just the four of us.
Oh yeah, like SWAT team search.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We know when that's happening.
At this moment, Master Ulani walks in the door.
Hi, Master Ulani.
Well, hey there, Reserve List. All right. Triton, wearing a monk's get up, carrying a trident in one hand, and what looks like little metal canisters in a belt around her waist. Walks in the room. She looks at all of you and goes, "So, you want in on the raid?"
I think we do.
Yeah.
Excellent. Just because things are happening elsewhere in the kingdom and the general is otherwise occupied does not mean that justice can sleep. So we're going to go over there right now. We're going to go and we're going to raid that place and take Haregar, who's in charge of, he's the ambassador and in charge of affairs for the Guresh Estate here in Menacil. We're going to take him in, try to confiscate any magical artifacts or banned goods and things that they have. See how far this operation goes. Hopefully get back those blink dog pups.
I was going
I
to say
can,
that.
I can help you.
Master Ulani is the. Remind me who Master Ulani is?
Master of the monastery, woman who helped train you for the last week.
Training montage.
Yeah, training montage stuff. She said, you all look even stronger than the last time you came into the monastery yesterday. That's excellent. Excellent stuff. Seems like you've been putting it to good use. Though I understand that one of your member is not among us anymore.
No.
Get her back.
Excellent.
She's got a holiday in the Shadow Realm, Nightmare Realm.
That sounds like the worst thing.
It
Next
sounds like
to-
Tombar had a really great time in there.
Oh, yeah, lovely. They're really friendly.
Well, to be fair, I have never been myself, so what do you say? Nice holiday home?
Yeah, so long as you got some silver thread handy, you're fine.
Sounds good.
Because it's not, then you're fucked. But,
sounds absolutely reasonable.
yes, all right.
Can I? This would be a Nurgle or Lydiana thing usually, but may I try and figure out what that silver thread would Gwen know what that would be?
Interesting.
Like she has her suspicions that it's like tethering, your where you're from to who you are, your body to your spirit or something, but I don't know that she would be familiar with that level of magic.
It's a particular level of magic. I will say that you can make an Arcana check with disadvantage, and I'm going to say that the DC is going to be it's going to be a DC 17 Arcana with disadvantage.
Ooh. Would have made it if it were just the one, but it's going to be 14.
Yeah. It is obviously distinctly magical, and it's a detail that stands out, but you don't know what that is. You're more than welcome to ask people about it, though, if you want to.
I'll ask Master Ulani, because I know that Master Ulani is somehow connected to Edgar, who knows plane stuff.
Yeah, Master Ulani
I'll ask the monk about the high-level magic spells.
She will go, we go through extensive magical combat theory at the monasteries, and especially people such as your father and I go through extensive magical training. What I will tell you is whatever that is not a combat magic that we have ever been prepped for. So there are plenty of other ways of casting magic that aren't specifically combat-based that my education would not cover.
Thank you.
Not at all.
Will the Zero Task Force members be joining us on the raid?
Zero Task Force.
It sounds like an extraplanar threat. Isn't that kind of like their deal?
That is, in fact, their deal. Here's the sitch on that. The general gave pretty express orders leaving not to trust Edgar Galanis, especially when it came to Guresh family stuff. We're just not telling the Zero Task Force that we're coming in case he tips them off. So this will be sans Zero Task Force members.
Good.
We have floor plans. We've got floor plans of the place we're going to.
Floor
Floor
plans.
Floor plans. It's so funny because, like, D&D in person, it's not all that weird to have, like, maps and stuff, but we're all like, we're in the future! Like, oh, they've had maps where I'm like, no, we're in the future! Oh, it's so pretty!
It's a nice map.
Indeed.
Did you
It
make
is.
Oh,
that?
mine is not loading.
Thank you, r/battle maps. Thank you, subreddit, for providing maps for us to use for these games.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that is a nice map.
Awesome.
It's
That is
very
a
pretty.
tasty map.
Look at the trees!
Absolutely.
For some
My
bizarre
gosh,
reason,
this is-
it reminds me of Lara Croft's mansion.
Yeah.
Is there a playroom where we can do gymnastics?
I believe there's something to that effect upstairs, but
Is there an upstairs?
there's an upstairs. Give me one sec. Let me do
Oh,
one.
is the upstairs the blacked out bit?
It is, in fact, the blacked out bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plonk, and then what's this tool do? Toggle flonk. Plonk. Second floor.
Ooh.
Whoa! This is so swish.
It's very swish.
Where's my inheritance?
Can't see it.
You fully haven't asked about this, but like your father is a noble. He's
Yeah.
his family has a
Technically-
lot of money.
He's technically Lord Galanus.
Lord Galanus.
Yeah. In Sessenseal, right? Or at least
The
Arthur Robingard was in Sessenseal.
the Robin Guards are in Sessenseal.
Where are the Galanuses based? I feel like I would know that.
They're capital based. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Whew.
Your 1% type money.
No, I knew Gwen was like a bastard and like with a dad who left, but as soon as I found out she was a bastard with a dad who left, a noble bastard with a dad who left, I was like, oh no. Oh no. We're gonna have some problems. I live in the forest. My dad's a Kennedy.
It is. It's like knowing that your dad's a Kennedy and then finding out what that entails firsthand and being like, oh,
And
oh, I
finding out
see.
he's actually still alive. It was all
He's
fake.
actually still alive.
I
What
think
it-
we only have one floor still.
I switched out. I switched back.
Oh,
So-
okay.
This floor that we're looking at, is that the
That's the ground floor.
ground floor? Yeah.
Yep.
Very pretty.
Heck yeah.
There's so
Well-
much detail if you zoom in.
No.
I know. Mine's not really being very responsive, but it's being a bit annoying.
Oh, yeah. That's the only thing. It's like you need a little bit of processing power for
It's alright.
all of the rendering and stuff.
Pretty.
I thought the bed in the upper left corner, there's like a bed with blue bedding and then it's got a blue carpet underneath it. And I thought that whole thing was a bed. And I was like, that's huge. It's like a 25-foot long bed.
It's Ursan sized. Ursan and Gwendolyn actually
Yeah.
they share a bed.
And this massive dining table just below that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And then over to the right, there's 3 massive dining tables.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. They have like
Wild.
a big feasting hall. The Guresh Estate is no joke.
And this isn't even like their main estate. It's their estate in
This is
Garendia.
the home away from home. I will tell you guys something right off the bat. The economies of Sigalia work in particular ways. The country of Garandia is very rich because it is a trade center for all of the other countries to sort of go through, and they're, Garandia, grows crops and has artisans and all of this stuff, but is mostly a trading country, and that's where they get a lot of their money from. Aruhan is perhaps the most resource-rich country on the planet. They have the best fields for growing food. They have the best mines, the best everything. Part of the reason that they are constantly part of the reason for their war with Verano in the north is that the Veronese have next to nothing resource-wise. One of the poorest countries inside Galia, which is why they are such a hard, brutal people up there. Gureshes they're all they have all the money that they could ask for. They are rolling in wealth. So this is the equivalent of a summer cottage. This is their home away from home.
Nice. Sweet. So we just knock on the door.
So what we can do now is let's get tokens and everything in place. Let's put everybody sort of like by the front door. I'm gonna go ahead and put some tokens on here because I didn't prep this entirely before we started.
I feel like my mage hand's gonna come in handy. Our objective is to find out the portal to the Shadow Realm, right?
Yeah, you've got a few objectives. You're looking for evidence. You're looking for blink dog pups. You're looking for a portal to the Nightmare Realm. All of that good stuff.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to think, in what order are we going to do this? I feel like if we do the Nightmare Realm last, that way we've got no pressure to kind of, do the Nightmare Realm last.
Are we expecting them to fight back?
It's unclear at this point. Master Lonnie's going in prepared for a fight.
Okay. Should we let the forces fight and we go investigation mode?
Interesting.
I can cast Pass Without Trace on the whole party.
Ooh.
And we could all just kind of go in with the raid and sneak off.
Yeah.
I feel like I could put my mage hand to good use. I have absolutely no idea how. So we've got to find the leftover blink dogs.
I can do that really easily. Like, if you give me 1 minute, although my character sheet is acting up now, so it's good too.
Yeah, I feel like blink dogs first.
Yeah, if you give me 1 minute to prep ahead of time, I can find the blink dogs because Fae are my favorite enemy.
Guresh is up
and favorite
front
friend.
Here down the middle.
Pardon?
Guresh. That's Guresh, right?
You guys, actually, there should be a fog over this place right now because you guys don't know what's going on. Oops.
Oopsie.
What would happen if we just kill the main boss guy first?
You're more than welcome to find out.
We've got Nurgle in the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Nurgle is not going to do anything, but he's with you.
Cool. Hey,
We're
Nurgle.
hanging out.
Then you got Master Lonnie and a bunch of soldiers, just a whole bunch of people.
So Master Ilani, she's a monk, right?
She is a Way of the Kensei monk, absolutely.
Ooh, cool.
And received
Months.
some specialized training. These guys know about a little bit about. There's some kind of specialized training that she and Gwen's father, Edgar Galanis, went through together. Master Ulani will prep herself and her people to go in first.
So should I cast Pass Without Trace on the squad?
You guys doing this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's burst
Are we
through.
feeling that? We're gonna have to try and find the entrance to the basement, which is.
I might use my silver sword as well, just to see what happens.
Absolutely. These guys burst right on in there. Go straight in through the front door, and are met with Haregar Guresh, who is just standing there with his hands up. Gets taken down to the floor immediately. These monks around. Monks and guards who are also in this place see everybody come in, give a little bow, and then get on the ground with their hands behind their backs, and the guards start taking them down. You guys have passed without trace. Can I get a stealth roll from everyone, if you'd be so kind?
That's wrong with the game. Ooh.
I did roll a nat 1.
Natural 12.
Oh,
but everyone gets +10 to.
so we're gonna say this is a group check, so that's one failure of 5. You need a majority success.
Okay.
So it's 12. I got a natural 12. What's plus stealth?
You get and you get a +10.
Ooh, 15.
bonus.
So I get my plus modifier and +10.
Yes,
Oh,
Pass Without Trace is a good spell.
26 then.
Yeah.
So I got 15. So that's plus my modifier. Oh, 25 plus 10.
28.
28, 25. Sorry, Isabyn, what did you get?
26.
26. More than okay. Ursan's like, great, everybody be stealthy, and then comes in and like just
Knocks over a pot.
enormous Goliath stomping in. But in all of the chaos of these guards coming in and starting to take these guys down, you guys are unseen as you start to make your way through the Guresh Estate. Tell me where you guys want to go and what y'all want to do.
So I took a minute ahead of time to do my primeval awareness stuff.
Yes, you did.
And so I can determine if any of my favorite enemies are within 5 miles, and which type they are, like which of my favorite enemies, and their numbers and general direction and distance. And because, so I got a feature when I leveled up to level 6 called Greater Favored Enemy with Revised Ranger, but I hadn't fought any of those, so I got permitted to take another from the regular Favored Enemy, and I chose humanoids. So this information will not only tell us where the blink dogs are or any other fey creatures, but also where any other humanoids are in this building.
Nice.
Very cool. Fey creatures and some humanoids directly below this estate. You get a ping, and the ping, your ping comes from this direction. For fey creatures, there's quite a lot of human activity throughout the entire city. Absolutely impossible to make anybody out, but in the estate itself, what you sense is that there are people sort of within this sort of green area that I've highlighted, there are no other humans, I am afraid, in the entire estate. Second floor, ground floor, or basement, except down and that way. If your humanoids thing is all humanoids, you will. Sorry, is your thing all humanoids or just humans?
It's humanoids, so it's a bit different from the humanoids on the regular Ranger. Revised Ranger, it's just humanoids.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And in that case, even if that's the case, that's where everybody is. That's where everything is.
So everything's over, like, on this level in that green circle for humanoids.
Down.
Below? Down. And then I saw you move something, but I wasn't sure if it was meant to be moved kind of over by the pool. Is that where you're saying is the direction of the Fae stuff, but down? Or
no,
was that
nothing. That was an accident to move anything.
Also in the green area downstairs?
Also in the green area downstairs.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
No worries.
Okie dokie.
What a useful ability.
Yeah. So, before we went in, I would have just mentioned to Master Ulani, like, there's some downstairs and stuff, because I would have finished that before going in.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I think she'll just caution you guys to like take some people with you if you're going to like if you find anything and like any subterranean passageways, like just make sure that somebody's with you. Master Ulani, all these guys are tying up these dudes, and you guys see that there are plenty more people than what you see. This is like a sample. People start to spread out through the area.
Well, okay.
So I think Gwen has a good idea of where we're going. So if does she want to lead and we'll follow? Obviously, we'll be there to.
I'm only just looking at the map properly now because my browser was not working, but I put it in a different browser and now I can see it. So
Gotcha.
where am I?
Everybody's at the front. Everybody's at the front. Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with it. And the green circle. Okay. Carry on. Sorry for interrupting.
No, all good.
All good.
That reminds me, right? Oh yeah. Okay. Ooh, what's this green circle? This is where we're going to, is it?
That is where Gwen has sensed blink dogs and humanoids in this area. It's below ground level in that area.
Let's go off. I've got some magical powers. Do you have magical powers, Gwen?
A little bit. I don't know what you're looking to do with them, because
I'm just thinking if you need an extra pair of magical hands.
I'm good for now, but hold on to that. Thank you.
No, I can toll the dead whenever necessary.
Pardon?
I can toll the dead whenever you need.
Appreciate it. That I would maybe go with a different one if dealing with any of the Lagazis, though. Because that might not be the best one for them. But you are great with a sword, so that would be good.
Cool.
No, I was going to say, can we say that Bodger got a good sniff of the blink dogs?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, Bodger's nose will.
He has keen smell.
Has keen smell. Go ahead and roll a perception with advantage for Bodger.
Oh, with advantage, good. Okay, fine. So that's an 11.
All right. Yeah, Bodger's sniffing in the general same direction that Gwen's sense was leading you.
Can we send Ito in as well to do a bit of sniffing?
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you guys in this moment? Like, where do you guys head to?
I think off to the left. We're going to start heading that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and put your tokens where you.
How far can we move at a time?
We're not in initiative, so it's just going to be sort of. You can sort of make your way as you will.
Okay.
So I feel like for Tombar, since he doesn't really have a job at the moment, looking for that shadow portal.
So a pass without trace, everyone has to stay within 30 feet of me.
Oh right,
We'll
okay.
have to say
Okay.
that.
Where have you gone?
Just over
to,
into the green circle.
to the top left.
How far is 30 feet?
6 squares, but don't worry too much about that at the moment. We're saying that like as things are going on, you guys are making your way.
Yeah. And also, we don't leave behind any tracks or traces of where we're going.
Amazing.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna tag along for now.
Right. Can we have Bodger do another?
Yeah, let's get Ito in on this as well. Let's get another Bodger roll and with advantage and an Ito roll, just a straight perception check. And I don't know what
18.
Oh, amazing.
That is 20.
20. Unnatural or natural?
Unnatural.
Unnatural. You got Ito sniffing around, Bodger sniffing around. You're over top of where you know that these things are, but nothing within sort of this immediate area smells like blink dogs and smells like people. Between the two of them, they sniff and they start to head south.
Interesting.
Curious.
Yeah.
Like outside of the green circle?
Like outside of the green circle, looking for a way to go southwest.
Should we?
What about in that? Is that a cellar with the barrels? Would there be something way to
That's
go
a
down?
storage room for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we go into this kitchen here, maybe? And
Is that a well in the corner?
Which corner? Forgive me.
Sorry, the southwest corner, outside in the garden.
looks like a.
That is not
Statue?
a well. That's a statue.
Oh my God! There
Oh,
are
okay. Oh,
horses, guys. There are horses.
Well,
Right
By
in
the
the
statue,
bottom
they're
left-hand
drinking
corner.
and eating.
Oh
They're so
yeah, that's so sweet.
Hello, horses.
So happy now.
Absolutely. Bottom left-hand corner of the map. At the
When we-
troughs.
When we get in the kitchen, where are Bodger and Ito sniffing around?
You get into the kitchen. Tombar, Gwen, come over. Some of these guards start to come with you guys. And I will say, Master Lottie will catch you up.
Ah,
Yeah. We're looking out for you guys. You guys go into that kitchen there. They're sniffing around. And they have a hard time. You know the direction they were headed in, but with all of the confounding smells of the kitchen, they have a hard time telling you guys where to go next.
Can I start looking for hidden passages? I'll focus on like the floor, like upturn rugs and stuff, see if there's hidden passages.
Yeah, absolutely. Go give me an investigation check.
Ooh, natty one.
Yeah. Not gonna find anything, I'm afraid.
Excuse me,
Ooh,
it's really
bless you.
dusty. It's really dusty down here. Oh, my eyes are watering. Oh. They're just can't see anything.
Bodger goes over and finds some veggies and some fish.
He's an insectivore, actually, so he only eats bugs and worms.
Looking for bugs and worms, it doesn't find them.
Potentially, could I cast Speak with Animals to speak with Bodger to see if he could tell me where the scent is coming from?
Absolutely. Yeah. You cast Speak with Animals. Bodger goes, "Oh, hey, Ursan, hey, I had it. It was sort of down this hallway, and then we made it into the kitchen, and I've sort of lost it now. But it was sort of, I don't know. It was more sort of that way." And he again sort of like indicates toward the south.
Okay, so out towards the garden. Do you think, Bodger? I'm going to follow you. Just keep sniffing.
Oh, all right. Yeah. Is this? Oh, that's not a door. Goes over to her.
Like I'm bored as a stoner.
No, I'm not a stoner.
I'm a badger, actually.
Right.
I'm a badger. Yeah, this is what badgers sound like.
Sound like something that had a bit too much fun in the 90s.
How do you know about that? Ursan, you hear Isabyn's mouse speak. This will be your first time hearing Ito.
Yay!
Yes, I too concur that everything was going on in sort of a southerly sort of area. I have to say this is a very well stocked kitchen. I promised at one point that I would prepare a delicious plate of cheeses for all of these band members. I'm thinking maybe I should take a break from this investigating and do something like that now.
Is he Remy from Ratatouille?
We were very delighted when we discovered that he was French for some reason. So
it felt like the only thing to do for this character. Don't know what to tell you.
Cheeses.
Vast array of cheeses, indeed. But also in the case of South, Bodger sort of goes into this room, sort of more storage area, wines and things. And as you guys come in here, you see that there's just one doorway out into the gardens from the storage room.
Should we check around in here first, see if there's anything, and then nothing, we'll head on out?
yeah, can we like lift things up and move things around? And
Anybody who wants to give me an investigation check? Gwen, you could do a new investigation check.
Can I assist someone?
Yeah.
I'll assist Isabyn, so you can roll with advantage.
so I got 17, and I get 2 for investigation. And then do I get something else on top of that then?
You can roll you can roll with advantage if someone gives you the help action.
Oh, okay. So I can roll again.
You can roll again, and if it's higher, you get a better one, and if not, then take the 17.
Yeah, 17.
So 19.
Cool. So yeah, with a 19.
19. Yeah.
Yeah. Unless so you don't have proficiency, but you with
I have proficiency. I didn't realize I had proficiency.
but 19 is very good. You're looking around in here, Isabyn. You find one thing here that's out of place. You're just not sure exactly, like it's not with a tool set. You just find an Allen key in here, sort of a big, weighty Allen key, with a unique sort of with a unique cut shape to it. But otherwise, no secret passages or anything like that. Just that Allen key.
Okay, Isabyn's gonna put that in her pocket.
There you go.
I think just before my Speak with Animals wears off, I'm going to tell Bodger that I'm sorry that what happened to him yesterday, and I'll try and make sure it doesn't happen to him again today.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. There were a lot of people in there, but I appreciate that. You didn't let me die, so that's nice.
I'd rather you were not as close to death.
No, that would be good. I'll admit, it was not fun.
Yeah.
It sounded like things got a lot worse after I was down, though.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe I don't go in first next time. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I'll sort of stay back and assist.
I think I overestimated your battle prowess.
I don't know. I think my battle prowess is pretty good. I think it's just, my natural defenses are fur. I don't know that that's particularly resilient to.
Just adding a thing to my to-do list. Get plate armor.
Oh, that would be nice. Oh, I might be a bit slower, but I would definitely appreciate the plate armor if we're going into battle.
Yeah.
I'll be like an armadillo.
Oh, it's so good.
Right. Shall we go out into this garden? I have a feeling that the Allen key will do something out here.
You guys head out into this garden. Where is your token, my good friend, Mr. Oh, there it is. You guys head out into the garden. Master Lonnie and these guys check the horses. Just some horses. They're real chill.
Nice.
Hanging out. And yeah, you're in sort of this garden. Bodger's got a couple of insects over by his tree. Goes and looks at. But we'll sort of sniffle around it and kind of say before your thing wears off, like, it's definitely smell them here somewhere. It definitely smells around here.
Cool.
Hmm.
Should we investigate the statue?
You investigate the statue. The statue is of a very serene. It's a very serene depiction of a figure a mythic figure whom all of you would know just from being a part of this world as one of the 22 gods. This jumps out to all of you, especially because I suppose maybe it never occurred to you that anybody would want to depict Leviatar, the goddess of pain and torment, in a positive light. But there's this woman, very beautiful depiction. You see that normally there are a lot of depictions of her with sort of like hooks in her skin and spikes coming out of her back and stuff like that. She's without those depictions on this particular statue. At her side, there is a whip, but it sort of hangs down and has been used to allow vines to sort of start to grow up this statue. This is a very gentle, loving depiction of a goddess who mostly is known as just very cruel.
Doesn't Lydiana have a whip?
Lydiana does have a whip. Yeah, this one looks like barbed, very wicked. Doesn't look. I mean, you've seen Lydiana do some bad stuff with a whip. Let's be real.
Yeah, that guy's eyes out.
Guy's eyes out. It doesn't look like the same whip of the same sort of design, is what I'll say.
Cool.
This is unexpected.
It's a nice way of putting it.
Isabyn, could you? I don't know that I need you to roll for this. You can see at the feet of Leviatar's a little impression, the same shape as your Allen key.
Mm-hmm. So Isabyn will take out the little key, clamber through the flower beds, and put it into the slot.
Even as you clamber over the flower beds, you can see well-hidden little indications that others have done the same before you.
Mm-hmm.
And you put the Allen key in its slot, give it a little twist. You hear little mechanisms begin to go. The statue of Leviatar begins to sink and becomes a set of stairs that lead down. And we are going to switch maps. You guys come down some stairs. You have come to this area. I suppose
This is remotely creepy. Is that a pentagram?
What? No.
And blood.
Don't know what you're on about.
No.
Everything's getting sealed off.
Huh? No. So yeah, you guys have discovered this underground area. Gwen, you feel that ping again. You're on the right level now.
Okay.
But further up in a different direction. Yeah. Over in this area.
How dark is it down here?
It is well lit by torchlight. But again, like sort of subterranean. So while it is well lit and you can see very clearly, shadows play across the halls and dance as you pass these torches.
They're up here this way, sort of northeast.
Kind of go that direction then, I guess.
Yeah.
Have a little sniff around.
Should we check for traps as we go?
I'm gonna also motion to Bodger. We can't speak anymore, but kind of make sure that he knows to take up the rear and not get into any danger.
Yeah, indicates that he understands for sure.
But kind of let us know if anything's coming up. Keep an eye out.
Yep.
Nose.
Absolutely. So where are you guys headed? Where do you want your tokens to end up?
My token's not here.
I'm going left.
Wow.
I'm gonna go to the left over there. Tombar. Tombar starts to head over to the left, and that bit is going to be revealed. Let's just get rid of that fog. As you make your way over to the left.
Oh, look, there's a pentagram with blood.
What? Huh? What?
Oh,
No.
and there's another one.
I
Oh,
don't think
there's
we
some
should
sacrificial shit going on
Crayon.
there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna follow Tombar.
Oh, is that a nightmare realm pet? Wait, I'm actually gonna go here and check. Oh wait, are these booby traps?
Maybe check for the booby traps before moving.
Do you want to give me an investigation check for some booby traps?
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me that booby traps might be a thing, but oh no.
I got 15 for investigation.
Amazing.
For investigation.
Got 16.
I
We're
got
all
2.
doing it. Let's see.
Wait, 3.
Tombar gets 3. Incredible.
8. I rolled a 3.
8. Gwen, you're looking around. You know that you can't tell in the shadows and stuff. You know that you can't tell whether there are or not. Isabyn, you check out. You know that there are no traps going into that upper chamber, and immediately down that corridor to your right. You look over and you can see a very obvious tripwire going into that first little room off to the left. Tombar, you're certain that there are no traps.
Can I warn Tombar as he starts walking towards the trap that I can see?
what I need is we're going to need contested initiative rolls just for speed. So both of you just roll a d20. Julien, Miranda, roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier straight as it is to the roll and tell me what you get.
20.
11.
Yeah, 100% you can warn him before he trips that trap.
Tombar, don't go down there. It's a trap. There's a booby trap.
Okay, cool.
I'd like a bit more of a reaction, but fine.
Okay, so can it be disarmed? That's the thing.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, it's easy for me to go down. If that's booby trapped, then there's clearly something. Then that means that they don't want anyone to be there, and probably for a good reason. It's like, that's not booby trapped. So it's easy for me to go down there and be like, oh, well, let's check that out. But I bet you the juicy stuff is there.
One, you probably should have thieves' tools as a rogue, both of you.
Right?
And that's how you disable traps, is you roll a thieves' tools check. So rogues are kind of known for being the ones to check for traps and disable them.
Yeah.
And actually, Julien, you can't check for traps using Mage Hand, but you can disable traps using Mage Hand. So you can use your thieves' tools from 30 feet away, so that if the trap goes off, sometimes there are effects that are beyond 30 feet, but for the most part, you can disable traps from afar so that if it accidentally goes off, you're like largely out of range. So that's one of the great like benefits to Arcane Trickster.
Nice.
They have like special uses of Mage Hand.
So I'm going to Mage Hand this trap.
You go ahead
and use my thief tools.
Everyone back up.
Everybody backs up.
Are we all at a safe distance?
You go to a safe distance. Let's just use a quick measuring tool to see how far away you get.
Tombar should head back a little bit more.
No, that's 30 feet.
Oh.
That's 30 feet, according to this.
Okay.
So I'm going to need a D20. I think it's plus your dex and proficiency for...
Okay, cool. 10 plus
6, I believe.
16.
16, indeed. With a 16, you set off the trap from a safe distance. You set off, the tripwire goes. Nothing immediately appears to happen to any of you, but Bodger looks distressed, and Bodger will tug at Tombar to move back.
Okay. Tombar goes right forwards. No. Tombar moves back. Actually, you know what? Tombar's going to move to the side so that he can't be seen so he's not in view unless something creepy comes out.
If I can stand next to Ursan here, I'll do this. I'm around the corner.
Great. There's a very tense few moments. You guys wait and wait. Bodger doesn't look happy.
I really should be on the other side.
Well, it's all good. Master Ulani kind of looks down the hall. And she's going to go forward. And she walks over and takes a deep breath in. Poison gas. Give it a few seconds. Give it a few seconds, it should disperse. Um,
Is that what those lion face thingies are for?
yeah.
Yeah.
She takes one of the little like metal canisters, pops open, reaches in, and like takes out like a big sort of like metal battle fan. And just sort of like do like big sweeps of air in this room and just sort of spreads things out and then collapses it and collapses it back down.
Nice.
And that trap has been disabled.
Sweet.
Awesome.
In that area, you guys see that there is there's an altar with a pentagram.
No, there isn't.
No, there isn't. What? A couple of unlit burners in there, and you guys can see that this is a very small altar to Merkul, who's the god of death.
Nice.
God of the dead. All of the gods in Saigali come in trios. And the three...
Pandemonium?
You're looking at the three from Pandemonium. Bane, Leviatar, and Merkul. Tyranny, pain, and death.
I like it.
It's very cool.
There you go.
This is actually like the most tame of the three.
Who?
Recall. Because like, yeah, everyone's got to die.
Yeah, the other two are a bit more, what's the word? Malicious.
Indeed.
Honestly, I could get with Leviatar more than Bane. But I don't like being told what to do, so that might be it. Yeah, Merkel's like, you know, we all gotta die.
Anybody who wants to can do like a religion check to see if you like know any interesting tidbits about this trio of gods.
Is that just a regular 20?
It's a regular 20 plus a religion skill check. It's a skill in this game
Oh,
to know about religion.
So
So Isabyn is not very religious. She got a 6.
I rolled a nat one, so I'm just
16.
in the corner drooling.
I rolled a 9. I mostly know elven gods.
Yeah.
16 I got.
Yeah, Tombar,
Oh.
you are the most well traveled. You've been to Aruhan. You know the most about this place. You know like little tidbits. You know that the Aruhani have a very different view of this trio of gods than most other people do. Everybody's sort of cool with Merkul. He's sort of a very neutral figure, and it's just kind of like, oh yeah, this person comes for you when you die, and it's very much sort of like the classic depiction of death. Becowled being with a reaping scythe, etc. You know that their interpretation of Bane, god of tyranny, god of order, it's very positive. It's very much to do with like order and civilization. It's a comfort to them that Bane represents sort of order in society, people knowing their place, knowing what is expected of them out of life, knowing how best to serve their country and their god. All of those things are the very positive tenets of Bane. And Leviatar has a different interpretation as well. Most people see her as the goddess of pain, sadism, and torture, and all these things. Their view of Leviatar is transitory. It's one of self-mastery, mastery over over pain and perception, and this feeling that Leviatar is almost like a healer in their religion, is much more of a sort of easing people through the agony that they feel physically, emotionally, mentally, through trauma, and out the other side again, stronger than they were before, is sort of the depictions of Leviatar. She's almost a kindly figure who does inflict pain as part of her process and expects that from her followers, but is from a place of care, almost.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That explains the blood on the floor. Can I approach and... Well, First of all, I'd like to share this with the rest of the group. Shares with the rest of the group.
Yep.
I'm going to step forward now and have a sneaky peek at the items.
Absolutely. This area is it's the things that are of value here are obviously sort of like these trap mechanisms that releases gas, like these big sort of chests with mechanisms attached. Obviously, the gas is dispersed now. The dagger itself is ornate, but like black and gray iron, sort of with a design with an aesthetic of death in mind, of Morcull, and sort of like golden goblets, candlesticks, and things. Everything in here that has value is of a religious nature. There's no magic items or any other items in here.
So should we crack open this? See if we can crack open this chest.
They're open. They're open. They were pressurized gas containers, but the mechanisms themselves would be very, very valuable.
But the chest.
Yeah.
I can open that, right?
They're open.
Oh, so there's. Can I
The
look
chests
inside?
are the little guys with the faces.
The chests had the gas in.
This is just like a
right.
table with the altar and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, I see.
It does look like a chest, though.
Oh yeah, no, that is a stone altar.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. I don't know, I'm kind of bored of this room.
Should we check out?
Sorry, I was just going to smudge the pentagram because it bothers me.
Yeah, you go ahead and smudge the pentagram. You see that was drawn in blood, and it continuously reapplied with blood.
Interesting. So there's some ritual stuff going on.
It looks like prayer. Prayer happened in here.
Is this red stuff blood on the floor?
In the room down south? Down below?
Oh, no, in the room I was just in.
That's a carpet.
That's a carpet. Oh, right.
Yep.
Is there blood on the carpet?
A little bit, couple specks, but not soaked in blood. No.
Okay. Anyone else want to? I feel like that room does have some importance. I just can't be asked to figure out what it is. Sorry. I'm gonna go down this room because it looks like it's got a hole in the ground and blood on the floor.
You go over into that room and trigger a trap.
Oh, where was that trap supposed to be?
Pretty much like right in front of where your token is.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So as you get to about there, this trap is triggered, and essentially, you do this tripwire, and this little razor wire skids across the backs of your feet. Your walking speed is reduced by half, and you take 8 points of slashing damage. As you feel no permanent damage done, but you feel incredible pain as your feet get sliced up. Your shoes have holes in them now.
I don't think Tombar has any shoes.
Oh, well, then it's worse.
Because my Hero Forge character doesn't have shoes.
Well, I'm going to be kind and say it's still just 8 points of damage.
Great.
Yeah, and you just feel an incredible amount of pain as you start bleeding on this floor.
Can I follow up and see if there's any more traps?
Yeah.
Healing.
You check around. It doesn't look like there are any more traps in here.
Okay.
That feels like that's such an annoying booby trap as well. doesn't even have the courtesy to kill you. It's just gonna hurt you.
I think Tombar joins the dots here. The first trap was designed to kill anybody who didn't know it was there, and the second was designed to inflict pain on anybody who didn't know it was there.
I see. So this room is going to be...
that one's to the god of death.
And this is the god of pain. What's her name? Leviatar. So this is Leviatar's shrine room.
So what's the booby trap for the god of... Because presumably Bane's here.
Yeah, there's presumably...
Charm effects? Dominate effects?
Is it... Do I suddenly get like OCD?
That would be really interesting. I've never thought to apply that to a character before. It's like, you have obsessive compulsive disorder now.
Tombar, do you want some healing for that?
Could I? You got a bit of...
I got a bit. Just... Yeah. Let me...
You know, a Hello Kitty bandage. Some iodine would be nice.
There's 5 points of healing to you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You guys have a look in here. You see that the artifact on the table is this whip, again, sort of in the same design of Leviatar. The altar itself with the same sort of ornamentation toward the goddess of pain. With this whip, there is there's also a cat o' nine tails, which is an item which is used for self-flagellation, and basically you whip yourself with it, and you can see just this loads of dried blood just like on the ground around this altar. That thing, it looks like the blood is near or coming out of. That's just some cloth. That is just that's just some stuff on the ground. Bodger and Ito sniff at that, and indicate that there's... Sorry?
What's this black pool here?
Yeah, so that is just some cloth. And Bodger and Ito sort of have a sniff at that, and Bodger seems to indicate that if they are not here now, but at one point there would have been blink dogs here.
Okay. So the presence of blink dogs.
Can one lift up the blanket?
There's nothing under there. It's just canvas and then darker sheets.
It's the map had this feature, but it doesn't serve a purpose in Josh's storyline.
Yep. I tried to incorporate it. I tried.
No. It's good. Just well done.
Thank
Just
you.
saving us a bunch of investigation shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
What even is that?
That's cool. I'm gonna go wander over here.
Okay. Down that other corridor.
Just because I'm feeling inquisitive. I'm not moving with purpose. I'm just checking out. I realize also I'm totally leading this, so feel free to take over with your own. If you feel I'm overtaking a bit.
No, not at all.
I would suggest, I'm going to shout out to Tombar, look out for traps.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. You can lead as long as you're checking for traps, man.
So, assuming that in this chamber there must be a thing for Bane as well. Bane. Oh wait, is that Bane's crib over there?
It might be the big room.
Yeah.
You pass by the big central chamber and think that statue, that enormous statue at the opposite end, looks a lot like Bane.
Okay, cool.
It looks a lot like a Dark Souls boss room to me.
Does look like a Dark Souls boss room, yeah.
So, shall I walk through and see what the... Is there a chance I could ever die?
So I have said, because this is like your introductory game to D&D, because the nature, the tone of this story, that I'm not interested in putting player death on the table, but I do make deadly challenges and deadly encounters for sure. So
I bet you that thing comes alive. That thing totally comes alive, doesn't it?
I'm going to need one more round of investigation checks from everybody.
I bet you that thing is going to freaking come alive.
Oh,
11.
Oh God, I can't roll.
Oh, 4 in total. Robin.
4 in total.
Yeah.
Jeez.
8. Keep rolling
3.
like 2s and 3s.
3? Jeez. Okay, it's up to Ursan. What did Ursan get?
Oh, I rolled an 11.
Okay.
Well done.
And that's with a +4. I've got proficiency in investigation, so.
Oh,
So
Lord.
pretty shitty all round.
I'm going to roll for Master Lonnie.
Josh is like, let's save you guys, please.
He got a nat 20.
Thank
I'm
Right.
not joking.
the gods.
That's the benefits of having NPC people with
Yeah,
you. Master Lonnie stops anybody from going in that room and kind of goes like, no tripwires, definitely magical stuff going on in that room.
Oh yeah, there's
Magical traps.
Is there anything? Okay, is there anything of use in that room?
You sort of like peek around the corners and take a look. I mean, it's possible that there's some like secret room stuff in there that you would have to get closer to see, but just as the room is, there's nothing in there.
It's
Maybe we
possible
can-
that- Oh yeah, no, there's totally some secret room shit.
Do we still have the glove?
You
Yes.
still have the black gauntlet, yeah, for sure.
Cool.
I wanted to ask Nurgle to identify it, but he is not here.
No, and I don't want to do stuff on behalf of Nurgle.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I'm like, we'll
What's this leaf
maybe
thing
wait.
going?
What
Do it.
leaf thing?
We'll just the gloves in a safe place somewhere. Maybe on us, maybe at the keep. I don't know. It's
Well,
a
we can
thing,
say that you have it. You have it on you.
but we don't know what it does.
Don't know what it does. Master Lottie can give it a once over and just kind of go like, that's not innately magical. It doesn't have a magical effect. It's got connection to Bane. It's like it has the divine vibe of Bane on it.
Yeah.
Tombar goes right through.
You got to tell me if you're serious about these things.
I'm just
Yeah.
screwing with the dungeon master.
Excellent.
Heart attack.
Should we investigate over to the right over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the
Can we hear distant yapping?
There's
I-
some blowing of leaves.
I
You-
still know where they are. Like
You
I
still know
what
where they
direction
are.
they're coming from.
I took that thing off. It's the same sort of direction. You can feel that it is moving further away. The
Yeah,
more time goes.
yeah.
Oh no! So they're blinking.
This
So
is
we've
gonna
got-
be a
You
chase.
investigate over to the right. Below you, there is a door, and above you, some stairs, and another door.
Okay.
We split off. Anyone want to join me?
Should we check the traps? In
Yeah.
both doorways and stuff.
I will
Um,
say that there are no traps in this area.
Okay.
Okay.
No worries.
I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go up to the top. Just have a little gander, a little look.
There
I feel like
is.
we should totally end the session with going into that main room.
That would be interesting. We'll see how long it takes for you guys to do various bits.
Ooh, what's it? Oh, there's a leaf thing.
That represents a person. I picked a leaf. I don't know. Of the tokens available. Down below, you see that there's sort of like an eating room down here, some casks of ale, some leftover bottles of red wine. Seems like a foot locker over on the right. And then just on the table, some playing cards, etc. Seems like a very sparse room. And on the table, that book would be just like a hymn verses of Pandemonium.
What's pandemonium? Sorry.
Pandemonium is, forgive me, is the divine realm to which Bane, Leviatar, and Merkel belong.
Okay.
So
Isabyn's having a little sit down on the bench for a moment.
Isabyn has a little sit down at the bench. You see that they're like very well used sort of playing cards laid out before you. This is much more akin to, all magic and gods. No, good old game of playing cards, stealing from people in a tavern. This is Isabyn's vibe.
Yeah, she feels comfortable here.
100%. Up above Ursan, you and Bodger go into this area, and you can see that this room has a few reinforced stone benches with iron bolts driven into them with these things that drive into the ground. And chained to the bench at the end is a dark elf slave woman wearing sort of rag clothes. She looks weak. Her lips are cracked. Her ribs are showing. She's the only person in this room.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to her in common. Why are you here?
They couldn't move me, so they left. They knew you'd come. They're long gone by now.
Okay.
Did we hear Ursan call out?
Yeah, you guys would hear that.
Join you in here.
Hear this very weak voice coming from this room.
Immediately, so originally I was a bit tentative, but can I tell that she does not mean any harm? She's kind of...
You can tell from looking at her, even if she meant harm, she's got nothing on her. She's too weak to put up any kind of a fight.
Okay, I'm going to move a bit closer and be a bit more, have a more forgiving voice in my tone. Do you know where they went?
They use some kind of passages down here. Interestingly, they don't tell me much about what they're doing.
Okay.
But there's some passage somewhere down here that they use.
Okay.
Interesting.
Call out to Master Ulani. Can we get this person some help, some food, water, get them to safety?
Yeah, Master Ulani will come in and break this woman's chains, sort of help her unsteadily to her feet. She needs help to stand.
I'll go and say in Undercommon, do you need any healing or just food and water?
Replies back in Undercommon, it's been a long time since I've heard Undercommon. You are a welcome sight, let me tell you that.
I'll hold her hand.
You hold her hand, it's a very weak little squeeze. I should be all right. I don't need healing, I need food.
We'll get you some food then. What's your name?
They call me Salen Larfendil. Literally in Elvish translates to one whose name is known, and it is a way of referring to slaves in Aruhan.
Is there something else you'd like us to call you?
I no longer suit my old name. I will think of a new one, but for now, Salen is fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys picked a fight with Aruhan, huh?
They picked a fight with us.
Well, just make sure they don't take you alive. That's all I say. Yeah. Yeah.
Did you see a Gurendian man with any of them?
He didn't fit in, but he spoke as one of them. He moved as one of them. I don't know if he's Gurendian or he seemed Aruhani, but I saw a man, yes.
That's good to know. That's very helpful. Thank you.
No worries.
I'll relay anything that's been said if it was said in Undercommon rather than Common to the rest of the group.
Great. Yeah. She'll be just like, so are we in Grandia right now? Are we out of Aruhan?
Yeah.
Boy, I honestly never thought that I would be happy to be in Grandia. But this is good. This is the first good piece of news I have had in well over 200 years. This is great.
How many years?
It's hard to be exact. I think it's been like they do say the year every once in a while. It's been, 220, 230 years.
Who do you think the Queen of Dridia is?
Oh, kid, I watched Jarlazal die.
Oh, okay.
I was there for the battle with Lulth.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the beginning of it, anyway. A lot of people died. A lot of people were taken. Historically, what you guys are talking about, this would be more evident to people from Thorgrover with elven heritage. 224 years ago, another evil goddess of this world, tried to take physical form and take over the world in a country called Dridia, which is the Dark Elf country. And all of the other countries got their armies together and ganged up to fight evil goddess, which was good. The problem was Aruhan was one of those armies, which was bad because they went around taking slaves of the general populace, and retreated with a lot of those slaves. And because elves are very long-lived, this is one of the women who was taken prisoner during the Battle of Darigal, the capital of Dridia.
Yes.
So she has been a slave for 224 years.
To the Guresh family for that long.
To the Guresh family for that long.
Is this old even for an elf, or is it?
No, this is about a third of an elf's lifespan.
Okay.
Jeez.
She's about the same age as my mum.
Okay.
Yeah, she would be older because she was that was when she was taken. She was an adult when she was taken.
Right.
Yeah.
So she's a bit older than my mum.
Yeah.
And you're half elf, right?
Yeah, she'd be the equivalent of like 35, 40, something like that.
Damn.
Maybe more, maybe in her early 40s. Yeah. I've seen a lot of Gureshes come and go. They are a brood.
Rats.
Anything else I could do to help you screw these guys over?
Do you know this building? Do you know your way around it?
I know my way from this place. I do. I know my way around the floor plan of this place. I don't know where the secret passages are, but apart from that, I can help. Yeah.
Cool.
What do you guys want to know? Did you trigger the death trap yet?
Yeah. What did you mean by they couldn't move you?
She indicates by releasing a little bit of pressure from Master Lonnie's shoulder, and her knees do not carry her. She does not have the strength to stand.
So they would have had to carry her. Okay.
Yeah. They didn't like me. And they haven't liked me for a long time.
So why didn't they free you? Why have they just kept you?
Why free someone if you know that your enemies are going to come and find them? And even if you guys hadn't found me, I would have starved to death, and they would have liked that all the better.
Nice people.
No. No, they're not. She chuckles a little bit. Oh.
Right. Can we check if there's any scents coming from anywhere in this room, like a hidden passage that has a tiny air vent that's letting some air through, kind of thing.
Not in this room.
Not in this room. Okay.
What are these little things here? These wells.
I don't know. Maybe they're water basins and she was forced to wash clothes. I don't know. Maybe they're maybe they're meant to be tombs. I think
That's
they might
what
be.
I wondered.
Yeah.
They might be supposed to be tombs. Cool. They're tombs.
I like how they keep the tombs right near the staff room, ostensibly.
Yeah.
So they can visit their ancestors.
Their ancestors.
I think all that's left is for us to get into that big room.
I know. I'll ask.
What's in this room here?
Which room
Which one?
do you refer to?
Oh boy.
Which one? Sorry.
This one.
Oh, there you go. That room, you had to look around. You haven't checked it for sort of secret passages in the same way. If you want to do another investigation.
Yeah, let's be thorough. Let's save entering the big room. Oh, investigation, natural 17 plus
11.
18.
Plus 1, 18 in this room. You have a look around. You don't see anything in here, and you're looking around. You're being really careful. You look at all the bottles. You look at all the walls. You look at the chests, the casks, the book, the torches.
Nothing special about the book.
Nothing especially special about the book. It's got sort of like hymns of sort of like psalms, a prayer book for the worship of the gods of Pandemonium. You steal that book 100%. It's yours.
I steal a bunch of shit.
Whatever you want to steal in here.
I'll steal the book.
Short Sam Gold is like, yes, excellent piratry. Steal everything you can get your hands on and hawk it off at exorbitant prices.
And this is alcohol, isn't it?
Drink it all. You're a pirate.
Splendid.
No, I'm kidding. Keep a clear head in case you have to fight some crazy stuff.
Okay, one swig then. That constitutes a clear head by Tombar's. That's correct.
You've got what it takes to be the best pirate in the world for sure. I chose my protege well.
These are cards, right, on the table?
Yeah.
Cards. What's this bad boy here? Chest?
Yeah, it's like a foot locker. You kick that open. It's just got like, it seems to have like some spare robes that would adorn sort of somebody giving a service to the gods of Pandemonium in there.
Oh, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
It's so much fun. I'm gonna put on those robes.
100%. They're on your body.
I go first into the big room.
Okay.
While this is happening, I was going to ask Salem if she knows how to navigate the big room without dying.
Right.
So Tombar's on his way to that room, unbeknownst to you guys. Gwen's like, yeah, is there a safe way? And she goes, yeah, you have to be sort of adorned as a priest of pandemonium and be saying this particular psalm out of the book as you go in. It helps if you've got sort of one of their masks or their gauntlets or anything made of iron, really, with the vibe of Bane. That's how the room knows that you're worthy, basically, that you're a worshiper.
I don't have a mask though. I've just got a robe and a book.
We have a gauntlet.
You have a
one of us
gauntlet?
has it.
Can I? Who do I borrow the gauntlet from?
I mean, you don't know you need one yet.
You don't know you need one. You head over to the room, just based on what you said. You head over to the room. You enter.
Oh, great! I was at the door, and now you're telling me I have to enter.
Oh, you're at the door. Okay, you're at the door. You're at the door. You don't know you need anything else.
Okay. Shall I just? I've got the robe. I've got the prayer book. I need a mask.
Or a gauntlet. Anything that sort of signifies worshipping Bane would do the trick.
I'm just going to walk around the corner and just pass him the gauntlet.
Ursan, did you see you had the gauntlet?
So I was the one that investigated the body, so
yeah,
I'll just say that I have it.
Do you want to join me?
We can both put half a hand in the gauntlet each.
With the size of Ursan's hands, you absolutely cannot.
Then can put a pinky in, and you can put your hand in.
Yeah.
Can I borrow the gauntlet?
Yes, take it. Look at me. This is me giving you the gauntlet. I'm right next to you.
Gauntlet.
You guys like
okay,
melded
cool.
for a
So
second.
I'm now going to go through this door. You need to hide because if those mofos come alive.
Also, you have to read this particular psalm.
Which one?
Salen tells you what it's called. And you open up, and it's a prayer. It is a prayer exalting. It's a song exalting Bane, basically. And I'm gonna need a performance check as you start singing this song as you go in.
Please. I got 19.
Woo,
yeah.
There you go.
19 plus 3.
22. You head on into this chamber. Aruhani runes flare on certain tiles of the floor, on these columns, up the walls, up to the ceiling, radiate from you outward toward the statue of Bane and the two adjoining statues on either side of Leviatar and Merkal. You see the runes sort of light up red, going forward around you. There's a moment where they all sort of shine. The statue's eyes with a sort of like a red light, and it flickers between the three of them. And then the light fades in this chamber. You have disarmed the religious traps of this place and do not have to go through a grueling boss fight.
Yet.
So we're all good to go in now?
You are all good to go in there now.
Bodger really needs a wee, so he's going to go wee on the statue of Bane.
Amazing. Everybody, no, I'm kidding. Everybody dies immediately.
That was actually the secret trap.
That was the secret trap. So
no peeing on the statue.
If you pee on the statue, you die instantly. Just realized that should be bad for me. Okay. Yeah, you guys head on into this chamber. And Isabyn, you see a similar impression before Bane as you did before the statue of Leviatar above.
Okay. Cool. So she'll go up and put her little Allen key in.
You guys hear our deep rumbling, some mechanisms churn in the distance. Nothing changes in this room, but something has changed somewhere.
Did we hear the direction it came from?
Sounds like it came from the southeast.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
Oh,
Should we head back there then?
Yeah.
that was the southeast room. Was that the one that I was in?
That's
Where I didn't-
That was the one you were just in, yeah.
The food room.
Um,
I'm gonna go to the door and look in.
casually walking through the wall.
you look in and you can hear that there's airflow in this room now.
Exciting. Boop.
You guys head on in.
Level of Tomb Raider.
Here we go, level of Tomb Raider. Erasing some fog, you see that there's a doorway that leads out to a passageway.
Amazing.
There.
Ooh,
And onward.
yeah.
You guys have made it through this area and see this passageway leading ahead, onward, further away.
Certainly addicted.
I'm assuming that the passage isn't like it is on the map.
No, it
keeps
continues on.
Yeah.
It continues on and on. I could just reapply. I could just reapply a little bit here, so we just see that it just continues onward, basically.
I've disappeared.
That's my bad. You are in the fog.
I'm in the fog.
There you go. So it just continues into the distance.
Could have brought the blink dogs, really, shouldn't we?
could have bought the blink dogs.
Oh, baby.
They're puppies, and we don't want them to get hurt. So
It's true. Go ahead.
Can I just ask Salen, like, do you know anything beyond this point? Because if not, maybe we could send her with someone to, like, go out and get taken somewhere for food and water. Just don't want to drag this poor woman through the underground tunnels.
That's kind. I've been dragged through plenty of underground tunnels.
Doesn't make me feel better.
No, all right. You're very nice. I know that there's a lot of traffic. That they've moved things under here. They constructed it ages and ages ago when the Gureshes first became ambassadors to Garandia. So it's been here for a while. A few lifetimes of humans, for sure. I don't know if there's anything more I can do to help. I would love to help. Oh, and she sort of lowers her head. There's one thing you should know. The Haregar who's upstairs, that's a fake. I can tell you that.
Good to know.
This is some pretty intense insider knowledge I can give you, actually. I don't know how good the Garandian spy network is, but the Gureshes have been, well, the Aruhani in general have been very secretive that they have this magic. There is a alchemical magical reagent based concoction which can transform a person to look like another person temporarily. And it was used by some extremists of my people, hundreds of years ago, and when they were defeated and Loth was defeated, there were only a very few people who knew how to make it left, and I was one of them. And now the Aruhani know how to make it as well.
Yeah, this is something your people made?
This is something my people made. It's complicated, but you are you from Thorgrove? Are you you know about Bator and the immigrants from Avernus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've read Owen's books. Do I know what this is?
Owen wrote books, huh?
Oh no, I'm asking the DM.
Oh, you didn't say that to her. You know what this is.
Yeah, okay.
You know what this is.
Fuck. I was really hoping it wasn't this.
Yeah. Yeah, I was one of the few people who knew how to make this stuff. And now they do. Very, very expensive reagents to get a hold of, requires a lot of string pulling. Key ingredient is kind of inaccessible.
Yeah, if it's what I'm thinking of, isn't it like
Icarod is what you're thinking of. This is a plant that grows in the abyss, different realm from Pandemonium entirely. But it's super expensive. They don't have very much of it. I think probably you won't find multiple copies of the person, probably just the one really convincing decoy.
That's invaluable information. Thank you.
So for Brush, then who is it?
It's just a loyal servant of the family.
They might still have info though.
Master Lon is like, if they do, we will get that info from them.
Interesting. Wow. Can we continue down this tunnel even though the map ends?
Yes. So that is there was a potential for some combat and some exploration stuff. So there was a map involved for this one, but where the map ends, our imaginations continue. Anything else that you would like to ask Salen about, or anything before she heads up to the top, because she's not coming with you down this corridor.
Does she have any tips for dealing with these people at all, having spent so much time with them over the years?
They're predominantly clerics and monks, right? They rely on military hierarchy. You take out the top people and the lower people become a lot less effective. The people who are sort of like priests of Bane are your biggest issue. They have all classic sort of cleric powers and can get quite strong. Haregar is not to be trifled with. The monks are Way of Sun Soul monks. You guys have seen these guys in action before. They sort of shoot lasers and explosions out of their hands at foreheads. She's like, the more enclosed spaces, the fewer of their abilities can effectively work. So if you fight them in a corridor, for example, that's better than fighting them out in the open where they have a lot of space. And be careful of that one you were asking about, the one you thought was Grendian. That one's probably more dangerous than any of the other ones.
Who's that one?
You know that's Edgar Galanis. She'll just say, I've been around a while. I know when I'm dealing with people of a certain caliber of fighting, and all respect to all of you, but maybe altogether you could take out Haregar, maybe, but this other guy, not in a million years. She looks at Master Ulani, is like, not even you, I don't think, could take this guy down. Ulani looks a little hurt at that, little miffed, but sort of like nods. Guys, let's get sailing out of here.
All right. A friend.
Pardon?
I was just saying we made a friend.
You made a friend. You did. You made a friend.
Am I staying in the corridor?
You guys are in the corridor. With that, Master Lani sends this person up. Some more soldiers come down after being located. After being told of your location, Master Lani and some extra guards follow you into this passageway, which leads out and down and beyond somewhere under the city. And that is where we will call it for tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next time for more investigative shenanigans as the reserve list go after the Gureshes. Goodbye!